What's up, friend? Kris Krohn here, and today we're talking about purchasing foreclosed properties. I have had some amazing experiences with buying foreclosed properties, and I've also had a couple of bad ones as well. So today I'm just gonna let it all hang out. I'm gonna share it with you and share with you your first steps on how to get your hands on a sweet deal.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
So at the end of this video, I'm actually going to give you my favorite tool for how I get my hands on the best foreclosed deals in my backyard and in other places around the country. But before I do that, let's just kind of get basic for a moment. What is a foreclosure? A foreclosure is basically when someone had bought a house, they put a down payment, and they had a 30-year or 15-year loan mortgage with the bank. And so every month they should have been making payments to the bank. But something happened in their life where they stopped making those payments. And banks can be ruthless and unforgiving because they've got all this money hanging out there. And so if you go long enough without making payments, banks will basically say, hey, we actually have the legal right to foreclose on you. And that means that we're taking the property back. So by the way, if you paid the property half down, you're out of luck. We actually get all of the benefits that might be left in this, or we're screwed with whatever downside we're gonna pick up. And bottom line is, a foreclosure is when a property goes back to the bank is licking its wounds like a kitty cat and is now saying, I gotta find a way to now offload this home to somebody else. Banks want to get their money, and they know they're not always going to win. They're not always the most intelligent how they get rid of these things. And the reason why foreclosure is such a buzzword is because often banks will offload a house at a big discount just to get it off the books, because it's a bad debt that is hampering and hurting their ratios on their ability to lend and make money. So if they got a bad deal, they want to toss it to somebody else, and that makes an opportunity for guys like you and I. One of the first foreclosed properties I ever bought turned into like a massive nightmare. I was probably 6 or 7 deals into my brand new investing career, and I had bought this house for like $297,000 that I believed was worth closer to 400 grand. And actually at the time I thought, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna make $100,000. When I bought this property, it didn't need a lot of repair, but it was a foreclosure. So when I bought it, I thought, man, I'm getting a good deal on this. But I actually listed it on the market and tried to sell it for months, and no one would buy it at 400,000. So then I lowered it to 370. No one wanted to buy it at 370. Then I lowered it to 350. No one wanted to buy it at 350. I lowered it all the way down to $302,000. And by the time I sold it, after my closing costs, I actually lost money. And I asked myself, why did that happen? I developed a rule from this. And my rule is, don't buy properties over the median. Like in your area, there is an average level at which people buy homes. And I'm not gonna talk about the difference between average and median. Let's just actually go with this very basic math. Nationwide, the median right now is around $220,000. That means that under 220,000, between 180 and 220,000, it represents the most people that want to buy property. But when you go over the median, let's call it a $300,000 home like I bought, all of a sudden, the number of people that can buy that is much smaller. Take it to the extreme. A $10 million home. How many people are in the market for a $10 million home? Like, all of a sudden you can start counting them on fingers. It's not in swaths of thousands or tens of thousands of people like there are underneath the median. So that was a lesson that I learned from an awesome, epic fail. Fortunately, I learned my lessons, and I've done a lot of things right since then. One of the other foreclosures that I bought was this $97,000 home. And the bank had listed it for like 6 months. And when I actually won the bid on this and I actually bought this house, I put about $15,000 of work in it, but then I leased it out. I had a killer cash flow, because when you buy something that far underneath the median, you're gonna get your highest percentage of cash flow. And so it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, very basic house, kind of old, built in the 50s, down by the railroad tracks, not even the nicest part of town. But I eventually sold that house for over $180,000. And you know what? I made a sick return on it. So there is a place for foreclosures. They can be done the right way. I've shared with you one of my rules. I'm gonna share another one right now. I prefer a lease option to flipping any day of the week. Putting pressure on a property to have to be sold in a short period of time means that things don't always work out the way that you want. If you're gonna do a foreclosure, you need to have a way of actually verifying the equity that is in it, which means you gotta get a good deal on it. Just because it's a foreclosure doesn't mean you're getting a good deal. You should talk to a realtor and have them perform a CMA, a comparable market analysis, to say, hey, the bank is offering it for me at this price and we think it's worth that price, and you need a standard. How much equity do you want if you're buying a foreclosure? Because sometimes in hot markets, homes will actually sell at, or in some weird times, even above what they're actually worth. You want to make sure that you're locking in the equity that you want. I utilize a tool that makes finding properties really easy. In the olden days, I would actually contact realtors and title companies and get a list of properties that were foreclosed. But today's technology has changed the game and actually makes it super, super simple. I use a tool called Propstree. They are the world's largest aggregator of public available information. So when something goes to foreclosure, they know about it. If there's a tax lien, they know about it. If someone skips a payment, they know about it. If it's listed on the market, they know about it. Basically, they keep track of and record on every single property possible that is in your marketplace. And what's really cool is that they actually provide a service where you pay a small fee a month and you get access to everything. Literally, you sign up and within minutes, they'll actually show you how to actually find all the foreclosures and all the really good deals so you can get yourself a really good deal. And the system will also show you how to find the people with money that will buy them with you, which means that anybody can go and actually make deals happen regardless of whether you got good credit or bad credit, lots of money, no money. It's actually a very cool system. If you click the link below, because I've sent enough people their way, Propstream now is actually doing a 5-day free trial. And 5 days is enough for you to make magic happen. It's a tool you're gonna wanna have for life if you're serious about real estate, because you always wanna have all the real estate at your fingertips. So click the link below, get a 5-day free trial, and then beyond that, there's a small monthly fee that's a lot less than you can get it anywhere else online, because I am who I am and I'm one of their spokespersons because I love investing. I've done deals with Propstream, and bottom line is, it works really, really well. Boom! Thank you so much for watching today's video. Check it out. Subscribe and get a hold of every single video, because I'm either going to teach you the financial psychology of success in the game of real estate, business, and life, or I'm actually going to be showing you very specific techniques, tips, and tricks that I'm using for crushing it in the game of real estate like I have on my last 4,000 deals. So friends, subscribe, and if you're ready to take action and want a free tool today to help you find really good deals like foreclosures, click the link below, sign up. It's yours.